Alright guys, it's finally here, the moment you've all been waiting for. It is the Master Grade Gundam Barbatos. Now, as I've said on multiple occasions, I did not expect this to come at least this soon. We've only just had the 1/100 scale version of this just come out a couple of years ago. I personally thought the 1/100 scale non-grade version of this was a pretty good model, but Bandai wanted to impress and kind of, I think, probably bank in while Iron Blood Orphans is still pretty popular and get this Master Grade out there. And so I'm sure we'll see multiple different Iron Blood Orphans Master Grade kits probably coming out in the next couple of years. But in the meantime, let's just take a look here at the Barbatos. We got some awesome box art here on the front, no doubt about that. Someone I had seen online pointed out the similarities between this and the Gundam slashing through the Zaku flying in the background. It's basically just sort of like the mirror image opposite of that. But anyway, it's a cool pose, it's a cool artwork here for the box, so I don't mind anyway, it looks cool. As always guys, a huge thank you to USA Gundam Store for their support. If you guys want to check out this kit, head over to the link down in the video description and use that code ZakuAurelius10 to save 10% off this kit and everything else there on the site. And that'll just save you a little bit of money, why not? Alright, let's take a look around here. The box, as you can see, it's the larger size box, but it's not that deep. It's a relatively thin one here on the side, does look pretty cool. But these big size boxes are good for just showing off really big box art there on the shelf, so that's why they like to make them like this. When you got this up on the shelf, who could resist this awesome looking box art like that? And it's huge. Down here on the bottom of the box, you can see it all painted up, comes with the giant mace, as well as it looks like the sword and the cannon are also included here. And there's just a cool action pose and what the inner frame is going to all look like when that's all painted up and everything. It looks like the articulation, of course, is going to be pretty amazing. The Gundam frame here, just some of the finer points of the articulation and details of that. It's got some cool movement here around the AHAB reactors, so those can be moved and articulated like that. It's got some working pistons. That's definitely an advantage over the old 100 scale kit. Working pistons there. And look like those might be chrome plated as well. We'll see once we get the box opened up here. Rear view of the frame. Figures, so it looks like we've got a seated and standing pilot figure there of Mikazuki there with the bro fist raised and then just sitting shirtless. Anyway, and it's got the markings there, which I believe those are clear parts inside the markings, which will be also pretty cool. So we'll see that here in a moment. Going around to the top of the box, here is another just kind of action pose there, showing off some of the articulation of the joints and the arms and hands. All looks pretty standard really, but they're just pointing that out here on the box. The knees, this part on the back of the knee will slide down there, I guess, for better knee articulation, better knee bend there for doing some cool flying poses like that. Again, there's a look at the weapons. Looks like we do have the pile driver tip will extend out the top of the mace, so that's pretty cool. And the backpack parts, that part is articulated there to hold on to the cannon. And then here's how it's going to look just straight out of the box. It looks pretty good, gotta say, just straight out of the box it should be looking pretty nice. Now the list price for this kit was 4,500 yen, so not too bad. It's a pretty standard, kind of standard master grade price, I think, as long as it's not something too big. First of all, I can see we do have the plated parts, but they're not chrome plated, just kind of silver plated, which is fine by me, and it's all kind of going to look the same. Once those little piston details are in there, we got our sticker sheet I can see in there, which also looks very small, very minimal. Got our sticker decals, we got some of those as well as some gold parts in there as well, so that'll be kind of cool. Parts for the frame, those are in gold instead of using the gold stickers like the old 1/100 scale kit did. And then let's just get a look down here to the manual. Alright, so on the front of the manual, just the same box art there once again. You got the big Tekkadan logo there up at the top, pretty cool. On the back, just a nice big reference shot there, what the kit is going to look like, all painted up. Again, very nice. Reference photo there. On the inside, we got MS tracks in PD. Assuming that's not piss drunk, that's obviously a post domini. And then down here on the bottom we have that information in Japanese and English. If you want to check out, this is a little blurb about the story. It's not really much to there, but cool pose there and cool lighting effects with the Barbatos. Down here we do also have the painting guide. Again, pretty standard coloring here for this, nothing really too crazy. And then painting guide for the figure as well. There's one quick tip there for panel lining. And then over here, a little bit about the frame. So again, you got all this information there in Japanese and in English. And just some cool pointing out just the clear effect parts there for the Nano Lemonators armor there. And then down here about the weapons. So you just got the mace, the sword, and the 300mm smoothbore gun. And then over here, check it, a little bit there about Mikazuki as well. Alright, so getting back to the front of the manual, obviously PD here is a post-disaster. I was just kind of joking before, if you couldn't tell. But then we have it's a whole bunch of information here: the Calamity War, the Tremendous War, degraded human technology and civilization, eventually creating a world of post-disaster. So just some information here about that in Japanese and in English. The apex of system weapons that continues to be used after the Calamity War. It's again just about the kind of Gundams themselves. What is the Alaya Vinyanya system? There you go, some information about that as well. And then just the order of how we're going to be building the kit, as well as our parts list here. So you've got the parts list all laid out, and I doubt we're going to have much left over. It looks like maybe a couple leftover parts here from the copy of the G Runner. But that is going to be pretty much it. So then it's just all through the construction. So let's see, are we building the frame entirely first and then putting all the armor on like the 1/100 scale version? It looks like not. So we're building like all the torso here and the armor on that kind of all in one go, and then moving on to the head. So it's the construction is going to be a little bit different from the 1/100 scale, but ultimately going to be pretty much the same at the end of the day. So after you get through with all of the construction here at the end, we have the weapons as well. The smoothbore rifle is going to be able to, or gun, is going to be able to fold up like that and then store on the backpack, the mace itself, and how that is going to operate. Basically, it looks like you just kind of slide those parts out and slide this down in order to get the extended pile driver there on the mace, and then how to mount equip that, how to slide the part there at the back of the leg, and then where all the decal markings are going to go is labeled here on the last page. And that is all for the manual. Let's get a look at the runners. Alright, so here is the foil stickers. As you can see, very minimal, just 2 little green ones for the eyes and 1 little green one there, which I think is for the smoothbore gun. And we've got a pretty big sheet of marking stickers here in white, dark gray, and red. So you got some cool markings and everything for that. It's just all going to be sticker markings though, unfortunately. You got some Tekkaden logos as well as some pre-battle damage Tekkaden logos over here that kind of have some kind of already kind of scraped off sort of look to them, which is kind of nice if you wanted to have a sort of battle damage look to your Gundam. And then we have no polycaps for this kit, so we're just kicking it straight into the inner frame here with runner A1. And as you may have guessed, this is going to be using a kind of generic frame. So this runner is marked MG100 scale Gundam frame. So this would be runner A1 for the first half of that, and then runner A2 for the other side of that runner. This again is just in a kind of dark brownish gray color. It's very similar to the past IBO kits that we've seen before. And the Gundam frame is going to continue here on the B runner as well, a pretty big runner. This is going to be mostly parts for the arms and legs, frames of those anyway, and you can see we've got 2 of this runner. And then runners C1 and C2 are conjoined here. You can see runner C2 is just like this portion of the runner over here, which can be separated for different kits. They just kind of made it so that these runners can be versatile, of course. And we've got 2 of this runner as well. And then runner D1 here is our plated silver runner. Now this one is also just marked Gundam frame, so this is just going to be your piston little parts there. So this is going to be standard parts of the Gundam frame. And then D2 is not plated gold, it's molded gold, but it does have a high gloss on it. So it's just molded gold, but then it's sprayed with a really high gloss kind of coating on that for just these gold parts for around on the frame, the top of the chest, the tops of the thigh or frame parts, kind of hip parts, and then for the front of the legs. So that's pretty cool. They've made all those, which were originally stickers on the original kit, now they're just in these high gloss gold parts. But alright, runner E, now we're getting into the Barbatos specific parts here, obviously. So this runner is marked Gundam Barbatos, and it's 4 colors. As you can see, we've got the 1 clear green part over there on the side for the eyes. We've got some red up there around the top for some details, yellow across the bottom for the V-fin and vent details, things like that, and then some white all through the center, including our little pilot figures there. The pilot figures look very nice, nicely detailed and good size there, so those should be pretty fun to paint up. And then we have runner F1, which is going to be just a bunch of the white armor for this, as well as F2, which is a copy of this half of the runner over here. Runner G is just a couple of black parts there for some detailed parts. We've got 2 of this G runner. Runner H is going to be our clear pink parts, which will fit into the knees, the shoulders, and the chest for the symbol there. So that's going to be pretty cool to kind of paint the back of this, I think. Paint the back of that with some nice silver or chrome or something so that when these are plugged in, they're glowing really brightly. We'll go over that in the future. And then runner I1 here, just a couple of blue parts for the kit. Runner I2 is some parts for the smoothbore gun. There you can see this is in a kind of a little bit more brown color than the frame, so it's not exactly the same color, but kind of similar. This is definitely a little bit more lighter kind of pale brown kind of color. And we're J1 here as well. This is some of the weapons parts here. Obviously, this is also in a different color of brown. It's kind of in between the colors that we saw on the previous runner parts for the gun and then the color of the frame. This is kind of in between there, where it's just kind of a dark mahogany brown color. We do also have runner J2 as well for copies of these parts here for the mace. And that is it. So basically what we've got here is all of the frame parts and everything that is all just kind of generic, not specifically for the Barbatos, and then all the Barbatos parts. It ends up being kind of about 50-50 in terms of how much parts are specifically for the Barbatos and which ones are not exactly, but looks like it's going to be an awesome build. I'm looking forward to working on this, and I think after we get this built up and reviewed, obviously the build of this will also be streamed, so if you want to watch the live stream build up of this, just make sure you follow my social media and stay tuned for that. And then I think, why don't we just go ahead and just paint this up straight away too. I've got an idea for a cool paint scheme I think that'll work for this, so why don't we just go ahead and do that after it's built up. So, that's something to look forward to in the near future. Thank you all so much for watching the unboxing. I'll see you very soon with the live build. Bye guys!